We got this Georgetown Class A coach right here. It's got some really bad leaks. We're going to show you all them. Now inside we had to vacuum, and we're not even done with it. There's a lot of water in the ceiling. We're going to show you why. But right now this is a 5-gallon bucket. This is how much we've actually vacuumed out. That's not saying what's already evaporated. See if I can get on up in here behind our staging. This is what we've got. All the water was right in here, so we had to take down some of that trim just so we can get the air to flow in there. There is a lot of damage. It goes through the whole coach all the way in the back. There's probably no reason to show you all that, but we're going to show you up on the top here. Get up on this ladder. This has a fiberglass roof on it, and everybody thinks it's the actual roofing, like one solid piece. You would never think that this fiberglass roof would leak, but because there's no curves, you had water getting in there. You can see some of the rust. The air conditioners failed pretty bad. There's an actual pocket where it's sinking down. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it was puckered. When you put the air conditioner on it, you see that one looks like it's kind of crooked and bent in, sagged. So this is all the damage. We had to peel the fiberglass up, and this is all damaged because there's no curbs on it. We're going to have to redeck this entire coach. So the deal is we're going to take all this loose stuff up. We got to dry it out. We're going to have to sit blowers on it and dry it out really well before we can do anything with it. Then where's the lens to this shower? Here, it's over down this side. You can see some of this right here. How bad all that rot is. I want to show you the shower lens, which, here it is. Here's a shower lens. It's got a crack in it right there, but also when they put the screws in, they over tightened the screws and caused all these hair fracture cracks in there. You can see them. All these hair fracture cracks that are in there. There's quite a few of them. Here's another one over this way. Here's another one, another crack. And these contributed to some of the leaks way over on the other side. So this is what we're trying to show folks, is that it's not the actual roofing per se, it's all the detail. And the detail, these need to be up on curbs. You can't protect your air conditioner with a piece of 3/4 inch foam, and you can't depend on caulking. That's all they depend on these right here, is just caulking. You can't depend on that to keep all the water out. Not as much as they do. That's why they only give you a 1-year warranty. So with us, we give you a 7.5-year warranty through the shop. It's transferable. If you sell your coach within that 7.5 years, the balance will go to the new owner. And then GAF, because we're certified, we can extend a 15-year warranty. You can actually see that pocket that I was talking about a little better right here. You can see that dip. So we're going to keep you updated. We'll put another clip together once we get most of this off and show you where we're at. There's a leak right in there. That's what we got. This is a ply foam roof. What a ply foam roof is, just the foam right here. The decking's right there. It gets laminated to this. Up underneath the underside of this is the ceiling. So whichever we can, we got to relaminate this back together. rotted out the air conditioner frame right here. See, it's just pulling right up. Nothing holding it. Mostly dry. This is the foam roof. That's the roof panel right there. Then it's just, this plywood is just glued to it. That's just glued to it. You got most of this already. All this decking just kind of popped up. Some of that, if it's stuck down real good, then you'll leave it. But you can see it's not that stuck because it's peeling right up. If it was stuck, it'd be peeling the foam up with it, but it's not. So we just got a couple more pieces here. Fix a couple of these boxes, like that one there, and this one over here. So we got the boxes to make sure they're all squared away. That's what the roof looks like up underneath the deck. That's called ply foam. Alright, so we've got the roof deck cleared off, and now what we're doing is we're restrapping the roof to give it some strength. We're running these shear straps that go across, and then they all get glued down. This all gets glued down, then it gets stitched in, and that pulls it right to the foam. So it stays nice and tight. That's what it does. So we got some of this decking down already. We've got all our straps on here. We put all new straps going across. Their straps, they had one right there, you can see. Then the next one is right here. They had them spanned out. We've added 3 times as much. So now what we're going to do is just, this foam that we're using is the same foam right here. We're going to refoam it right back to the deck. That's the only way you can do these.
Got to open it up, Dylan. There you go.
So we're going to get some good coverage on this. So this is a foam adhesive that we're using right here. As soon as we get that, then we're going to throw the sheet down. There goes the sheet. Just trying to line it up. Get a nice break. Then you got to walk on it. Get it down nice and tight. Then we've got all these markings on there, and the markings are for where we need to put the screws. We used a special wafer head screw. See one of those screws? These are the screws we used. Because they really pull down, they got a wide head to them. They'll pull down, Got little drill points on them. Those drill points are screwing down into here until all that adhesive cures out on it. But that adds a lot of strength to it. So we got a little bit left to do, and we'll show you the rest of it. Well, there's this. We got the deck all down. All set now. Now all we have to do is put the roofing on. We got to cinch down the edges. You can see a couple high spots right there. But all that is just these edges. We got to put the screws in right here. That's all. So once we get that all done, roof goes down. Stay tuned. Okay. This is our Georgetown. We got the new deck on there. We got our buffer strips in here. That's what I call them, these buffer strips. We ran them across. We're in the ones on the shoulder. Want this, when this piece comes up, it's just a thin piece of metal, but I want to make sure that it doesn't compromise the roofing at all. That's a heavy grade roofing. It's not going to, but that's just the way we roll here. So now all we're doing is we've already got the other side glued and rolled out, so we just did this side so you can see what it looks like. Then we'll mount our curbs, heat weld them all in. Okay, so we got all our curves welded in. We got the air conditioners mounted. And we made these special boots to keep the system up off the roof, see, so you can wash underneath it. And also, if you ever had an issue, you can change them out. There's some adjustment bolts right there. So in case you had to either re-level it, or if you had to, again, change it out, you could just do that real easy without ripping the roof apart. Same thing here. There's another. We recommend taking these off because that was a crank up. We take those crank ups off because we can't make boots for the crank ups, not unless it's a power one, but if it's an actual crank up one, we can't make one for those. But these razors, they're really good. You just press a button and it'll program it right for you. And if you see, we've got the wires going right through, so those are all sealed as well, and they go through the roof. Same thing for this radio antenna. We make all these boots right here in the shop for all this. So like I said, we got all this down here, all done. Everything's welded. So obviously we got some lids to put on the ACs, and we got some caulking. So right now what we're doing is we're going along here, cleaning up all the butyl. This is your turn bar that runs all along the edge of the coach. That's what holds the edge of the roofing. So we're going to clean that up. That's what we're doing down here. You see, we even made this custom curb for this skylight here. Again, all welded in there. You can see the flanges up underneath there. We still got a flashing detail counter flash piece that'll protect that gasket up underneath there. Now on the sides, it'll roll over. See how much the sides hang? The sides hang over enough where the water won't get in that way. We're just really concerned about the front because it's a lot closer. And then right here you can see we've got our stands that we fabricated and put in there as well. So like I said, we still got to go around and seal around the vents right here. But if you look, we put sealant right in here. So everything is sealed as it goes down. All these screws are all sealed anyways. This one's out because we got to put the lid on it. And then that's where we're going to put the lid for that screw in there. That's why we leave them out. We normally have to take them out to redo them. So this is what we're cleaning up right here. So we're going to get ready to seal every one of these screws right in here. Every one of those gets sealed. Every single screw. We got this side, then we got the other side to do. So what we're going to do now is seal up all these screws. This is actually a clear product, but it goes on white. When it cures, it'll cure. So we're going to take this little brush, and we're deliberately trying to get all that caulking right around those threads, right around the head of the screw. We don't want any moisture leaking on through there.
Here we are putting on our second layer of caulking over our first layer. And this right here, this is why we go over the second layer. What you're seeing there is an air bubble that was inside of the tube. When we laid the bead of caulking down, right there, it came up. So we run another bead across there to make sure that there's no air bubbles that we've missed.